Hey, what the fuck is up, y'all? This is Kreyz McKormik up in this motherfucking bitch, and it is another episode of the Crazy House Podcast. I know I haven't been on here for a while, but I will explain a little bit about it, but I think that I should probably wait and see if there's anybody that's going to be coming in here, and Cemetery Lady has just answered the call. What up? Oh, shit. 6 people. Notification squad is creeping in. Drop gang signs. Fuck that. No, hell no, Eric. Slaves McSkirmish. Had Manchester ticks and they fucked me. Welcome back, Ninja. Thank you, Mushu. Where the hell have I been? Yeah, that's actually what I was planning on doing. I wanted to wait until there were some people in here, and now there's a lot of motherfuckers. Yeah, I know. Don't worry, you know, this isn't anything new. I'm still fucking alive. So trust when I say that everything is all in the good. So anyways, okay, so I'm sure everybody out there, what up, Bam Bam, wants to know what the fuck has been going on. Why have I not been on here? I've been watching everybody. I've been commenting and, you know, watching other people doing a live show. What up, Goat Boy? You know, I've been watching live shows and stuff like that. I've been really trying to do what I can to try to keep in touch with motherfuckers like CPN and, you know, Carnival Spirits and doing that stuff. Which, by the way, Snaps, congratulations on joining Carnival Spirits. And I see that Evil Tracy is in the chat, about ready to give me shit. Probably. I don't know. That's just a fucking guess. But, you know, it's right about that time. Got about like 20, actually about 50 minutes. And my kids will be out of school, and then I got to do a bunch of other shit. So, okay, so first off, before I get ahead of myself, Wesley, I will get to your question, but I will say this: I do have a one-track mind, and you might have to ask me again. So I'll get back to yeah, the Furious Fred Fabulous in a minute. So what I wanted to talk about was where I've been. Now, as everybody out there knows, I've got kids, I've got a girlfriend, and you know, we live the adulting life. So, basically, this has been what it's been. Me getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning, just like I normally would. And I've been putting a lot more focus in on work than anything else. So, I've just basically been working my ass off. And then whatever free time that I have possibly, I've actually been putting a little bit more focus into my gaming channel, which there is a link in the description, and I've been doing that for the last couple of weeks, is just been doing that shit. So, like, in the mornings, I work until about now. The kids are getting ready to get out of school, and Mondays and Tuesdays, both my kids, both my 2 older kids, actually have dance practice, which is I guess it makes sense. My daughter has always wanted to get into ballet, and now that my son sees all these girls that are dancing, he wants to get into it as well. I swear to God, my son's a fucking pimp. So, Monday, my son does dance, and then Tuesday, my daughter does dance. And I usually, you know, I'm the one who ends up picking them up and taking them to their dance practices Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday and Thursday, I end up just taking them straight home, and I usually spend a lot of my time with my fucking kids until it's about time for them to go to bed around 9 and 10. And shout out to Snaps for that $2 super chat, going towards a Faygo 2-liter. Damn right, I will definitely be hooking up a fucking Faygo once I get that $2. So, then 10 o'clock ends up coming along. 10 o'clock comes along, and both my kids are in bed. Our littlest one is being laid down by my girlfriend, and from 10 to 12, I try to do like an hour or 2 hour show on my gaming channel, playing different games and stuff. Right now, I'm just about wrapping up the Mega Man Legacy Collection, which I've actually been having very fun doing that. Dude, I have not played the Legacy Collection 2 yet, JD Draven. I have not played that yet, but it is in the works, and there are some other games that I actually want to get into. Right now, I have a playlist of me with a complete playthrough of South Park: The Fractured But Whole, and currently I am wrapping up the first Mega Man Legacy Collection. I finished the first 6 games, and now I'm working on challenges. So I've been trying to do that with my spare time, and I know that I've been taking time away from doing this channel and everything, but I have been watching live streams. I've been watching CPN shows and posts, and I've really been just trying to move a lot of stuff into, you know, trying to do stuff with the family, and I'm also trying to get this other channel up and running, because as much as I love doing blogs and talking to everybody and interacting with my crowd here on this channel, the main passion that I've always had is gaming. I love playing video games, and I love sharing that kind of information with people. So I've been putting a lot of focus into that, and not to mention, I think that there's a broader spectrum of you know, of things that you can do with video games. Whereas in this channel, you know, you're very limited to the amount of things that you can talk about, especially with a vlogging channel and you being a fucking juggalo. At this point in time, it's basically now where live streaming is kind of where it's at. Snaps, I used to fucking text and drive. Well, I still can, but it's a lot harder now with a smartphone than it is when you have a fucking, you know, when you have a flip phone. Flip phone was so much easier because you put in that A9 thing, and then all you have to do is just find the 5 button, and you can always tell what the 5 button was because it had a dot on it, and so, you know, that actually helps. Now look, Snaps, like I've said in previous times, like, I can see this right here, and the road is in my peripheral vision, so I can actually see how far away a fucking car is. Well, that thing just fell. And so, yeah. Well, you know, the thing, Goat Boy, was like when I was doing the old school flip phone text and drive, I would just feel for the 5, and then the 5 always had that little dot on it, so you always knew where the 5 was, and then you already know where the letters are on the fucking phone, and so you would either, I don't know what the fuck just happened, but Warlockside telling me that I need to do a GTA 5 video. I would, in all honesty, I wouldn't mind doing a GTA 5 video if I had GTA 5. Unfortunately, I don't have GTA 5, and I also see that Prince Tuna is up in the motherfucking chat. It was a leg muscle that he pulled this morning. Not much, Tuna. I am actually, I'm just driving around, really. I mean, I got like 40 minutes to burn at this point in time. What happened is you glitched a sentence like 80s. Awesome, dude. That's awesome. I did a max headroom. That's awesome. Well, you see, Evil Tracy, where I'm at right now, I'm only available to use the M&E Wi-Fi. That's why I got a little bit choppy there. Now, I've been hearing a lot of things when it concerns like GTA 5 and everything. I know that they've been doing a lot of additions to that game, and I would like to actually fucking play, but You know, right now, you know, things are not going as great as they should. Although, actually, no, I take that back. Things are slowly improving. There has been a huge, serious load of fucktitude when it concerned my finances and everything. Ever since April, my girlfriend has been out of a job, so it had been just me doing all of the finances and all the work and paying the bills and all of that shit. But my girlfriend now has a job, and she actually works at Sport Clips. The 20-ounce Fago when you buy a shirt. That seriously, no, because like the shirt company that I have is like a separate company, so it's not like the shirts come to me. They come directly from the company, so it wouldn't work like that. What up, Nightmare? And I've also been seeing, oh God, I just recently seen a picture of the last American Rock Stars live, and the first thing that popped into my mind was, keep your shirt on. Like, oh my God, like what? Oh God, dude, King Gordy looks horrible. Like, is it just me, or is it like the first thing that you think of when you see that shit? When you see King Gordy shirtless, the first thing that came to mind was, Quaid, start the reactor, free Mars! Ah, snaps. Oh, dude, that's funny. It's like look, no hands. While I'm on the move, like you can see it in that window right there. I am in movement. Yeah, exactly, Tuna. The first thing that I thought of when I saw King Gordy shirtless was fucking Quado. Okay, you know what? Like, this is fucked up. I know it did it again. Like, I went max headroom again, didn't I? Anywho, so, like, man, that's fucked up. Why is it that the camera worked a lot better when it was in beta version than the way it is now? Because, like, now that they have publicly announced that the camera works on the phone so that way you can do live streams on your phone, like, why the fuck is it that now it's kind of crappy and it ends up doing that fucking max headroom thing? Let's see. What up, James Hatcher? Esteban Mafioso. And it looks like Redheaded Stepchild does take a page out of his old man's book and takes a sentence and takes it and, you know, puts a completely different context into it. Honestly, Super Bears, I did not see Survivor Series. Honestly, I have missed the last 3 pay-per-views with the schedule that I have as of right now. Like I've actually been having a very hard time keeping up with wrestling even. The last I knew was like probably a week or 2 after the Shield reunited. Yeah. Oh, it's this Sunday. As of right now, I'm not going to be able to do anything with being able to watch the pay-per-view, unfortunately. I have actually been getting into The Walking Dead. I honestly have to say I never really got into watching it when it first came out. I'm not really the type of person to actually get all gung-ho about a show that everyone else is fucking raving about. So when The Walking Dead came out, like, too many fucking people were talking about it. It was the same thing when it concerned fucking Game of Thrones. Like, I couldn't watch Game of Thrones for the life of me because there were too many people that were into it. I already made the mistake of doing that when fucking Twilight was a big thing. And let's see, the next thing that somebody said, Tucker ended up asking me if I have a rap EP. I did at one point, but I will say this, like, I used Sony Acid Pro to make the beats, and everything sounded very fucking techno-y. It just sounded horrible. And then when I recorded the audio, like, I didn't record it in a professional studio. I recorded it in my house. I recorded it with a shitty fucking mic, cam mic, and I used Sony Acid Pro, and the only time that I was able to record, all of my roommates at the time were there at the house. So, like, even when you recorded just the audio, like, you could actually hear, like, very faintly, you could hear some background noise, and it was horrible as fuck. So, I did actually make an EP, and unfortunately, I ended up, like, I don't know if either the master was ruined or if I lost it in a move. So, like, it's practically gone forever. But, you know, I do try to make music at, you know, in some way, shape, or form. I've actually gotten better. I took a step up and I started using FL Studio to make beats and stuff. And I've only made, like, one song since I started doing that. And even that sounds horrible. It doesn't really sound all that great. Never got into Sons of Anarchy, never got into Breaking Bad. The Nine Pistolas album absolutely sucked. Like, I was not a fan. Like, it did not impress me at all whatsoever. I understand, you know, that it was a concept that Lakes Diamond wanted to try, but it just wasn't my cup of tea. And, you know, to be perfectly honest, like, I never knew Breaking Bad existed until, like, maybe the last month and a half of me living in my trailer before I moved in with my girlfriend's dad in the apartment that he has upstairs in his house. And, like, and the only reason why that was is because I'm sitting in a trailer, I'm live streaming on the PlayStation 4. At the time, they allowed Ustream to do it. And I was live streaming on Ustream, and in the chat, people kept on fucking calling me Heisenberg, which I thought was hilarious, despite the fact that I didn't understand what the fuck they meant. And then I ended up looking it up on Wikipedia, and I was like, oh, okay, Breaking Bad. What's this show about? And then my roommate at the time ended up saying, dude, it's about this, it's Walter White. It's the fucking dad from, yeah, it's the fucking dad from that one show, Malcolm in the Middle, and he makes meth. I was like, wow, that's awesome. And so I just said, so who's Heisenberg? And he ends up saying that Walter White. Oh, okay, I get it now. Because I live in a trailer. Yeah, see, like, when a show gets real huge and everything and everybody starts talking about it, I seriously back away from it. Like, I have zero interest in whatever the fucking show is. And so, because of that, I didn't really get into Breaking Bad. I didn't get into Game of Thrones. I didn't get into Sons of Anarchy. You know, so it was just like, okay, look, what I don't understand what it is about groups of people that just collectively have this this thought that this is like the greatest show ever. So I don't watch it. I wait until the monotony dies down, and then I'll start getting into it. Like, I started getting into Game of Thrones last season. And I'm actually starting to get into The Walking Dead now. But I never got into Breaking Bad, and I never got into Sons of Anarchy. Although it's funny, though, because... and here's proof that I really didn't get into Sons of Anarchy. I was confused as fuck when my girlfriend and I decided on what our son's name was going to be, which is Jackson. Our son's name is Jackson. And everybody, like, anybody that we told that to, they were just like, oh, you mean like Jackson from Sons of Anarchy? No! No! It has nothing to do with Sons of Anarchy whatsoever. Me and my girlfriend do not watch that show. They're like, are you going to call him Jax? Not anymore. Thanks, you fucking ruined it. Actually, to tell you the truth, our son, Jackson, is actually named after Jackson from the ICP comic book. Like, we actually named him after the little demon from the big demon from the Nether Void in the comic books from the Pendulum series. That's where I got the idea for the name, and the spelling, and my girlfriend was actually into it. Yeah, it's because the camera is like kind of trying to autofocus. It does that because I move around a lot. Sorry about that, Sneaking Ace. Hey, what up, DJ? Run 4K over. See that right there? That little jiggle? That's actually the camera trying to autofocus. I don't know why it's doing that. Why? Why is it doing that? Camera's out focusing on your cigarette smoke. Probably. It probably is. What the fuck is up with that font, Run 4K? Yeah, that might be. It's my mental powers, Esteban. No, you know why that is, Snaps? I actually figured that out. We spend more time talking when we're doing our live streams than we are actually smoking. So it makes it look like we're actually chain smoking, but we're not. Like, we're getting the amount of nicotine that we need. We're just talking way too fucking much. Yeah, actually there is kind of such a thing as smoking too much. NASCAR, real men turn left. Yeah, but psychotic men run motherfucking other drivers over. That's why Tony Stewart is my favorite driver. No, if you really want to confuse a NASCAR driver, you got to have a right turn sign on turn 4. You know, like, when I saw that, I was thinking to myself that, when it concerned the 665 thing, I looked at it and I was like, that equals 17. That was the first thing that popped into my head. And then I thought to myself, yeah, there's 6 Joker's cards in the first deck. They're planning on 6 Joker cards on the second deck. Maybe they're going to do a 5th, you know, like a 5-card third deck. Who knows? Like, that's what my thought on it was. But chances are that all it really is just it's just meant to be 17. That was my thought. And I actually thought that before CPN put that out on a live stream. So I'm thinking what it is it just happens to be the number 17 and nothing else, nothing else than that. That may possibly be true, Evil Tracy. 17 might actually be an Illuminati number, but I have high doubts that back in 1991, the Illuminati was looking at Violent J and Shaggy and saying, these are the next guys. I think, if anything, the number 17 being an Illuminati number and the number 17 being a Juggalo number is just pure coincidence. But, I don't really believe in the Illuminati, so I'm leaning more towards it being a Juggalo number, because fuck that shit. I may be a believer of a lot of weird things, but I do not believe that there is a secret society that is planning everything. I think they're forefront, and it's called the American government. Nope, don't believe that the earth is flat. Which, by the way, I ended up hearing that there's this rapper that's putting up a Kickstarter to prove that the earth is flat, which I thought was fucking hilarious. Sounds like a serious waste of money. That's like the fucking Rapture shit, Like, do you guys remember the shit with the Rapture where some company opened up where if you are picked to be raptured and sent to heaven, then this company would take care of your pets while you're gone? Oh, really? B.O.B.? No wonder why I don't fucking listen to him. The earth is not round, nor is it flat. It is spherical. It is a sphere. Shit, back in the day, Christopher Columbus tried to prove that it was in the shape of a pear. That's why he fucking, that's why he went across the ocean. Let's see. Alicia Derrick. I've been watching you for a long time, also from Michigan. What's your real name? I'm not fucking putting that out there. What? Becklin's in the house? Oh, what up? Becklin from Studio 17. Yeah, $5 on Christoph. Why don't you put that in a super chat if you're that sure of yourself? Damn it, Eric. Oh, that reminds me. Thank you, Distracted Minds, for actually reminding me of this. Somebody did end up asking me what I thought about Fury. What is it? Furious Fred Fury? I forgot what it was. Ferocious Fred Fury. Fantastic Flying Falibial. I can't remember the name. I know obviously it's Fred. Red Fred. Fearless Fred Fury. Thank you, Evil Tracy. Thank you, Sneaking Ace. Okay, thank you, Goat Boy. Okay. So, anyways, yeah. Fabulous Fuzzy Fred. That's funny. Captain Flannel. Yup. Thank you, guys. Faithful Fred Phelps. Oh, that's dope. Anyways, what I think about the new Joker card, I'm honestly thinking that this is going to be a very, very dark album, and it's going to have a lot of content that we've been waiting for. Okay, I think Warlockside's got it right. Fallopian Fruit Flippers. Oh, man. Furless Fro Fred. Like I was saying, I think that this is going to be a very dark album, and this is going to be what we've been expecting for a very long time. This is going to be a very angry album, and I don't think that there's... I hesitate to say that there's going to be shots fired again. I doubt that there's going to be more shots fired, but they are going to be taking out their anger and their aggression about everything that has happened this year on the new Joker card album. And it's going to be fucking sweet. You know, I mean, granted, yes, like, this whole thing with the psychopathic M&E beef has driven a wedge into the Juggalo community. And, of course, you've got a lot of these Twizzlers that are out there that are trying to talk about how much ICP sucks and that they've dropped the ball and everything else. But when you run out of shit to fucking be angry about, you don't really have much to fucking say when your entire career revolves around being pissed off at shit. And now, with Fearless Fred Fury, it's going to be angry. And I'm actually looking forward to it. It's going to be the shit. And this is going to possibly shut the fucking Twizzlers up. I did not have a problem at all with Missing Link. Neither one of them. No, I don't think it's going to be like a Hell's Pit kind of thing. I think it's going to be more along the lines of Jekyll Brothers. Like, assassins, terrible, fuck the world. That's the one thing that I'm expecting. I'm actually expecting it to sound something similar to those songs on the Juggalo Brothers album. And it wouldn't be a surprise to me at all if there ends up being a double album. I really don't... I wouldn't be surprised at that at all. Because the days of just having just one fucking album... The album will be Jay Paintless singing duets with Jodeci. The album's gonna... No. That's the side project that he was going to do before he was going to do Karma Forest. He was going to come out with Detroit Southwest Lover. Hey, throw shit, what up? Yeah, I can see that, Becklin. I can actually see that because the Joker card in and of itself does show a little bit of duality. Yes, a paintless and shirtless Violent J. I don't know. Like, there might... I don't know. I doubt that there's going to be a triple. I mean, like, the whole triple thing has kind of been played out. Like, they did that with the last 3 albums, I think. No, because Missing Link, Lost and Found, that was a double album. And then, you know, and then, of course, you had Bang Pow Boom, that was a triplet. And then you also had the Mighty Death Pop that came in 3 different forms, and each one had a free CD. No, you can get that covered up. You can get that Twisted Tat covered up on your wrist. No, no, Fred Fury is actually the 4th Joker's card of the second deck. Hey, what up, Cole? Jay and Gordy will have a wrinkle skin competition. Did you see Chuck Reeves last night tear that Troll Kid Slayer 17 up? No, I actually missed that popcorn. Like, dude, seriously, I stopped watching Chuck. Chuck actually got rather boring, which I'm honest to God surprised that I'm saying that. And, you know, all of this talk about Twisted, I honestly got to say this since it's now on my mind. Oh, all right, Evil Tracy, I'll see you later. I honestly got to say this since it's on my mind when it concerns Twisted and some other shit that people have been fucking saying. That reminded me about a lot of people that have been saying that, you know, Juggalos need to stop talking about the fucking march. It's been done and all this other stuff. You know, it's all over, whatever. And I seem to think that they are very incorrect when it concerns this type of shit. The march was the biggest thing in our community that anybody could have ever done. This is the type of thing where, like, this was the main event at WrestleMania 3. Where it's going to be talked about for a very long time. The people that did show up are going to be respected, and their careers, I think, are going to flourish. The people that are just sitting here talking shit, the only reason why they're talking shit is because of that fact. The fact that the march is our main event at WrestleMania 3. Exactly, Clown Boy. This was history in the making. Now, granted, yes, I'm not necessarily upset with people who couldn't make it. I can understand when it concerns people who weren't able to. You know? And that's something that a lot of people got, well, for lack of a better term, twisted. A lot of people got that so misguided when it concerned, you know, people who couldn't go. It's not like I'm pissed off because Snaps didn't show up. You know, if she's got other shit that she had to do, then that's understandable. You know, when before I went to the march, I was telling people that even if you aren't able to show up, then, you know, at least show your support. You know, same thing when it concerns fucking Goat Boy, you know. He's a friend of mine. He's been a friend of mine for very many years. Scottish Misfit couldn't afford the march. You know, and there's a lot of other Juggalos that are out there who just weren't able to make it. But, honestly, their hearts were in the right place when it concerned the march. And they all sat there. They all watched footage. Shit, Goat Boy saw, yeah, wasn't it just McInhose? I think he saw McInhose on his local news. You know, he was there in spirit. He wasn't there to, you know, he wasn't there physically, he was there in spirit. So he has a right to fucking say shit. Snaps has a right to say shit. Scottish Misfit, you have the right to say shit. Me and Child's Play Ninja and, you know, Mr. McInhose and a lot of other Juggalos that are out there. You know, even Maximum Overload. We all have the right to say the shit that we have to say. But the people who are trying to rebuke the fucking march as if it never happened, as if it never did anything, that thing got a lot of exposure. That shit got a lot of fucking exposure. And I think that the people who are trying to sweep it under the rug, like Chuck Reeves and his little Chuck buddy, as well as Tampax and a couple of other people that, you know, continually talk shit about psychopathic and what they're doing and all this other stuff, just because some members of their fan base don't get along with the opposition and Twisted and MNE. They want to try to sweep this shit under the rug as if it never happened or if it did anything. And I think the only reason why they do that is because they're pissed off that it actually went better than they anticipated. And when it concerns Twisted not going to the march, you know, they lost my respect. They lost the respect of a lot of other people because of that factor. Granted, yes, they already told us ahead of time that they are not going to be going there. No member of MNE, whether it be staff or artist or anything like that, none of them are going to be going to that shit. And from what I hear, if anybody who was a part of MNE did end up going to that, I did hear rumor that they would have been fired if people found out. I believe that, Eric. But the thing about it is, just because we marched doesn't mean that everything just was stopped and put to a halt. Remember that a month after the march, they ended up going back to court for another court session. See, the march was there to create awareness of what was going on in the Juggalo community and how wrong everything is because of it. And yes, it was most likely because they had another court issue going on the following month. The more support for that to clear up our name, the better. So, like Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3, the Juggalo March in our community is still going to be fucking talked about. Wow. What the fuck was that? That was fucked up. No, I think that was an email. But I'm surprised that it fucking buzzed that much. Like, that hard to make my phone fucking do that shit. You know, stepchild, I honestly gotta tell you. I mean, granted, I know you're a fucking troll. I understand that. But the shit when it concerns certain things that are in the past, you reflect on those type of things. And you can use those things as credence for things that are happening in the present or in the future. And that's exactly what it is when it concerns this march. This march that we went to, this march that happened, is definitely one of those things that a lot of juggalos are going to be able to look back on. And they're going to say, you know what? This is one of the best moments in my life, and this is one of the greatest spectacles that I've ever seen. And it was a good thing that I actually did that to help show cause to something I really care about. Warlockside, you're gonna have to try to think of a different fucking reference if you're gonna be talking about Twisted canceling that show due to lack of tickets. No, that's more along the lines of the finger poke of doom. Okay, stepchild, you have my attention. You said that it was a Joe Bruce stunt and not a real march. Explain. Because I can definitely tell you, I was there. And the thing about the march was that it was unification. It really didn't have anything to do with Joe Bruce. If it had something to do with Joe Bruce, then I think that they would be selling merchandise for that type of shit. And a lot of people backed out because they were not allowed to sell merchandise. A lot of people backed out because they wouldn't be able to benefit or profit from this type of thing. There was no money that was to be earned during this, even in Joe Bruce's pocket. If anything, money was being taken out of Joe Bruce's pocket to do this fucking thing. Oh yeah, I saw that guy. Yeah, that fucking Slayer guy. Oh my god. Like like no. Like that guy should have just shut the fuck up. Like he was fine until the very end of that fucking video, and like he ended up fucking just yelling, "Come see me at the gathering, bitch," and all this other stuff, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, dude, you just seriously dropped all credibility on that stuff. I agree with you, Ninja with a Pencil. The only reason why this March shit and twisted stance is on our minds is because at one point we truly cared. No, I don't think NZ is gone. He just changed the name of his channel, last I knew. I don't know. I could probably talk to him. I don't think he lost his channel, and I don't think he closed it. Oh, yeah, dude. See, being a redheaded stepchild that you are, you don't understand what it's like to have something really good and then lose it over some bullshit. Because, you know, you've been fed bullshit your whole life, so. Yeah, Twisted cares, and that's why they showed up at the march. Oh, I'm sorry? That's not something that is true. I take that back. Twisted really could give a shit. Unless we have money. That's the only thing right now that Twisted fucking cares about. And after everything that I've seen, I can definitely understand where Violent J was coming from when he ended up saying that, you know, like, they're in a very dark place right now. See, Captain Flannel's got it right. Twisted only cares about Twisted. I don't think so, Warlock side. I mean, if it was a hoax, then Twisted would have shown up at the march or even at the gathering or something like that. And I fully agree to that, Wesley Beck. Like, where they're at right now wouldn't have been, like, they wouldn't be where they're at right now if it wasn't for ICP. Pretty much, Ninja with a Pencil. Juggalo wallets matter to Twisted. I wouldn't take it that far, throw shit. Like, I know that him laughing about shit is a defense mechanism, but I don't think he's thinking about suicide. I think he's thinking about whatever might possibly be behind that curtain that he's sitting in front of. I know that throw shit. I know you were only joking. See, yeah, burnt popcorn. How can you fucking, like, I'm sorry, but, like, when it concerns that type of shit, like, how is it that Twisted could actually be, you know, like, how could they actually show that they care about us and they love us if they're like, hurry the fuck up, we need to go, you know, we need to get through all of this shit. Tucker, Jay starved himself this time. Like, the last time he actually worked out and ate right, and then this time around he actually starved himself half to death. Yeah, Boondocks is an admitted pillhead. And when it concerns Madrox, I don't know. It was one of three things that caused him to lose all that weight. It had to have either been coke, meth, or cancer. And he actually disproved the whole cancer theory a long time ago. Well, after all the shade that's been thrown at Young Wicked, I don't think that's much of a surprise as to why he would be an asshole. And I know that there's a lot of people, and I've been, you know, I've been guilty of it myself, mainly for, you know, throwing shade at him to begin with because of the whole Samantha thing. But after thinking about it, and I've discussed things with, you know, with other people, and also, you know, listening to CPN talk about it and stuff. You know, like, that stuff is actually, you know, like, what should be behind closed doors. You know, like, that shouldn't really affect our thinking on Young Wicked. But at the same time, you know, like, a lot of us juggalos that have been down for a very long time have watched Samantha grow up. You know, so it is kind of hard to be on that defense mechanism. You know, because it's basically like looking over the niece that we never had. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, Kung Fu is actually a pretty cool dude. Like, some of the videos that I've seen of Kung Fu Vampire, you know, discussing things with people and shit like that. Yeah, I know that, Popcorn. That wasn't the reason why they have the beef. No, that's just an addition to it. Like, Young Wicked fucking gets Samantha knocked up, and then Jumpsteady found out about it. They fired him as a producer, but they still wanted him to do Young Wicked and A&B shit. But he ended up jumping ship and went to M&E. And Twisted, I swear to God, salivated at that, knowing that that was going to piss off the clowns. And you know, when it concerns a lot of the stuff that happened, you know, that's been happening because of you know, Twisted and M&E and Psychopathic and ICP. Like, when fuck, I lost my train of thought here. You know, from what I actually bumped into an old friend of mine, and we ended up talking about this shit. Like, I hadn't seen this girl in 10 years, and I ended up bringing it up, and she ended up saying that they wanted to leave a long time ago. It's just that they never had the ability to do so. And I agree to that, Eric. I agree that them signing Young Wicked was out of spite. But the thing is like, I think they initially wanted to leave right at around the time that the Green Book came out. And then after that, it's been kind of downhill. Until they actually left. And then they fell splat off of a fucking plateau. With, you know, with their trust or whatever with Psychopathic. And they've been just straight up, you know, curb, you know, they've basically been curb checking Psychopathic ever since they left M&E. See, I remember having the original copy of the Green Book. Shout out to Lunchbox for that $2 super chat, saying that he thinks that something's wrong with Redheaded Stepchild. No, he's just an internet troll. And that's all it is. If Tom Dubb hadn't fucked them over, they would have left during Green Book. Yeah, that's possible. See, I remember seeing that Magic Records logo in the insert of the Green Book. And they were trying to say that, oh yeah, well, it's just going to be something along the lines of a, you know, like a side project or something to that effect. Redhead is probably Boy Blue. I doubt that. What?
You forgot my ballet bag.
Oh, we'll just pick it up at the house.
Okay. Hi, peoples! I didn't have dance on Monday, so... No, you did have dance on Monday, Connor, just because we didn't go. I have dance today. I was hoping you remembered, because today in music we talked about a music that was like ballet dancers. Yeah, me too.
Yep, already, guys. You guys are getting people talking to you. Burnt Popcorn says hi. Captain Flannel says there's mini crazy. He's talking about you, Connor.
Don't do that creepy laugh.
Don't. Redhead is probably the cuckster.
Hey, can I talk to them? Who's Redhead?
There's a guy named Redheaded Stepchild. Just ignore him.
Hey guys, I'm Dana. Everybody likes me. Please don't dare me ever again to honk the horn. Please.
They probably forgot about that by now.
I think they are talking to me.
I don't know, but don't do that psychotic shitter ever again.
You mean, Daddy, last time when they dared me to honk the horn?
They said try your best at dance, children.
We will.
It's Elizabeth's turn today to go dancing.
Yeah, maybe I will.
Captain Flannel says honk the horn, I remember.
No.
Christmas is coming up, kids. Be good to your dad.
Yes, I will. I will.
There's no need to be shouting.
We'll do our best.
Do or do not. There is no my best.
No, do or do not. There is no try. That's how you talking to me on my sister.
Let's see. Throw shit. Redheaded Stepchild claimed that he hates drugged out rappers, so I guess he hates Little White, Twisted, Boondocks, etc., etc. No, I think that just means that Redheaded Stepchild hates rappers in general. Like, I really don't know any rappers that weren't drugged out at some point or another.
Pizza rappers?
No, like hip-hop artists, like Snoop.
Rapper. Hey guys, Connor, you said that like 3 times already.
Right, exactly, Goat Boy. There is no other kind of fucking rapper out there. Every single one of them are pretty much on drugs.
Hey Daddy.
What?
Doing music, I got a tissue paper, I split it up, and I made a tissue pen.
How'd you guys do today?
We did great. I did great. Really good.
Yeah, did you get green?
Yep.
Good.
Never gotten yellow. You better look on your phone on messages on mail.
I'll check my email once I'm done with this show.
Okay. And I'll tell you all about it. I'm taking a nap. Oh.
And G.O.D. the genius on drugs. Alright.
So long, CPOs. CPO? What's a CPO? CPO is like a kind of computer that does like
That's a
CPO. That's a CPU.
CPU.
A computer.
Yeah.
What's the computer thing, Daddy? A computer.
Yeah, I agree to that, Juggalo John. I said the same thing earlier today that Fred Fury is going to be just like Jekyll Brothers. If not, it's probably going to be like a combination of Jekyll Brothers and Carnival of Carnage, where it's going to have that gritty, angry feel.
Hey, Daddy.
Yeah.
I think they're talking to me more than my sister.
No, they're actually talking to me.
But when we got in here,
And when they talk to you guys, when they make mention to you, they're talking to you guys both collectively.
Hey guys, don't dare me to do the honking thing again, please.
Good one, goat boy.
What is he saying?
He said, "Are you sure it's not?" He's asking redheaded stepchild, "Are you sure it's not because your dad gets high, so you're projecting your hate for stoners?"
You don't even know what that means.
What up, cheeseburger?
Oh, cheeseburger backpack. I am a cactus.
Hey, you do not make fun of official cheeseburger. He is awesome.
Yeah, I am a cactus. I am a cactus.
All right, then, let's see. Redheaded stepchild said, "Those drugs are meant for me and me alone." No, they're not. They're meant for Keith Richards. Get it right.
Hey, redhead.
No, don't worry about redheaded stepchild. I'll respond to him because I'm a smartass and I'm seasoned.
I can touch the ceiling. What do you?
So can I.
Daddy, you're bigger than me.
I know.
My fingers walking all around, walking all around. I can bend my feet. You shall die.
Well, shit, Esteban. That probably explains why Chuck smokes so much weed. He's not buying it. He's taking it from his son, and he still refuses to pay child support on the bastard.
Hello, peoples. Be bigger. I grow. I'm bigger than you. No, you're not.
Yeah, popcorn. That's been that's been a speculation that has been around since like the day after the release.
I love popcorn. Let's see who's first.
Well, you know, stepchild, you need to figure something else up about that.
I love popcorn.
Maybe you should fly your ass over to your dad's house and beat his ass. I don't know. If you do it, though, make sure it's on a live stream, because I really want to see that shit. That would be funny as hell. Because, you know, like, they're willing to fight. You just have to come to them. Alright, yeah, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, the connection dropped. It's what happens when you're on the road. You want to see big money thrusters? I think that'll happen. Like, I'm actually looking forward to seeing that happen. I can confirm that the CPN Chuck beef is not a work. That is a legitimate thing. Child's Play Ninja and I have actually talked about that. And he had said, come on, dude. There was no reason whatsoever that I would try to replicate something that was as great as what you and I created. Like, there is absolutely no way that the beef between CPN and Chuck is staged. And now it's going back to this shit.
What is it? Okay.
CPN versus Chuck Reeves versus Boy Blue versus Big Will versus Slayer 17. I want to be the fucking special guest referee. Can I at least be that? Because, you know, like, I may have a friend in that, but I'm an impartial referee. Is it me, or does Monoxide look like he is always high on something? Because every time he smiles, he looks like he's on something.
I am a cactus.
Like, I'm honestly starting to think that, you know, I'm actually starting to think, seriously, like, Sid Jones is, like, looking for a spot to fit into this whole situation. And I think it really burns him that he's not in there.
I am a cat.
It won't let me say what up on PS4, so I hopped onto my iPad to say hi. I watch every time I can. Thank you, Burnt Gameplays. Dude, I don't know if you are or not, but check out my gaming channel. There's a link in the description. I don't think Sid Jones is really a troll or anything like that. I think he's just like trying to look for his place in all of this that's going on, you know. I guess maybe in a sense he's like trying to like, I don't know, maybe he's trying to use some of the bigger name people, the more known people, in order to get himself known, so that way his book can get released. No, redheaded stepchild, you are a Disney fairy tale in comparison to some of the fucking trolls that I've witnessed. And I've destroyed them too. PS4 needs a chat option. I dislike that there's no chat box. And THC is the chemical in weed that gets you high, Cole. Yes. Oh, trust me, redheaded stepchild. I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm not. It's just you're trying to hurt me and you do nothing. Like, absolutely nothing. No fucks are really given in anything that you say. M&E may still have half the group, but Psy still has the Lotus Pod. Who's Antoine, redheaded stepchild? Yeah, that actually happened to me before. Redheaded stepchild hasn't done that to me yet, Big Nick. But I wouldn't be surprised to see it happen.
No, it's your turn to do it to me.
Oh, don't try to change the subject, redheaded stepchild. You didn't say anyone. You said Antoine.
Until you're like flying all over the air and you never come back. So I get like, what's up? You have to say, you have to do the same thing for me. Why? Let's see, man. No, I don't.
At least research before you try to spill facts. Antoine is your bitch. Alright, so why don't you go see if your bitch needs a fucking sandwich or something?
It's kind of fucking get off of me and stay off of me. And go on his.
And with that said, this ought to be interesting. I put redheaded stepchild in timeout so he could go get his bitch a fucking sandwich. He can come back in a couple minutes. Will the raw dog line be at Astronomicon? I guarantee it. It is going, dude, it's going to be like that. Remember that episode of Metalocalypse where fucking Nathan Explosion was dating one of his fans, and then at Death Clockacon, they ended up having, like, his girlfriend ended up having an exhibit for anybody who looks like Nathan Explosion. It's going to be like that, except it's going to be done by Monoxide. Anybody who looks like Violent J is allowed to come into that booth. Let's see. Honestly, and this is honestly me answering this question, Tucker. Who do I think would win in a fight between Big Will and CPN and McInhose and Chuck Greaves? Son of a fuck. Sorry about that, guys. I honestly, yeah, Burnt Popcorn has my answer. CPN would win against Big Will because Big Will, I think, would probably just cower into a corner. And then between McInhose and Chuck Reeves, Definitely Mac and Hose. If you've ever seen Mac and Hose in real life, you would totally understand. There's like a huge height and weight difference, and I'm very sure that there would be a huge power difference on top of it. And both of those guys look like they fight as power fighters or something. And Mac would destroy. Big Will's eyebrows would destroy everyone. Yeah, seriously, I would have to say just one good punch right here from CPN, and Big Will's eyes would just completely fucking shut. Yeah, I do agree to that. I think Chuck Reeves does fear Mac and Hose. Like he says from the safety and the confines of his computer that Mac and Hose ain't gonna do shit. But I bet you, given the opportunity, Mac would fuck some shit up. He comes up to Kevin Nash's neck. Yeah, I mean, at the March, I finally met CPN in real life, and yeah, I'm up to him in his neck. He's a big dude, and I'm 6 foot. Dude, you would destroy Sid Jones in a UFC fight. Just one power bomb to the neck. I don't think I would do UFC. Like, a lot of people probably don't know this though, but at DCG Con, I actually challenged DC Fago guy to a wrestling match. Like, I thought it would have been fun to have it so, two of the biggest powerhouses from, Carnival Spirits and Juggalo A Day, respectively. That would have been cool to have that as a fight in the JCW ring. And, I can guarantee you, like, he and I probably would have done a very good, would have definitely done a very good wrestling match. The lumberjack versus the horse jockey. I think Madrox would have a very promising solo career. I listened to that Fatso album. I thought it was great. And then there's also like that fucking EP that he did as Mr. Bones. Man, this is going to be interesting to see what it looks like once it goes into post. Like all of these Max Headroom fucking breaks and shit. Yeah, dude, it keeps fucking happening, but it's because I'm on the move. Are you saying unkind things about CM Punk's Super Bears? Boy Blue smoking crack contest? Oh my god. Esteban, you're a fucking dick. Well, that is actually pretty funny. Douglas Fairchild, hi. Well, dude, Super Bears, he only did one fucking match. Well, that I know of. I had to scour the fucking internet to find that match so I could watch it for free. Yeah, I know, like, what, 2-3 years of him training for that one match, and he got his shit fucked up. Better get a better phone or get a sandwich up the ass like Antoine just did, fuckboy. That's cute, stepchild. Now, Goat Boy, I actually liked CM Punk in the ring. I really liked how he did things. Like, honestly, that dude seriously sold me. HP Minion says that he misses X-Pac. No, you know who I miss? The Brooklyn Brawler. I miss the Brooklyn Brawler. Honestly, I actually do like Bailey. Yes, Bailey the wrestler. Even my daughter likes Bailey.
I know.
Although I think, I know, you like Sasha Banks.
He says that Sasha Banks is his girlfriend.
Does she know that?
No!
You stalker.
We should go to dinner one day. I can tell her that. No.
The Brooklyn Brawler was only one of the doinks.
Connor, you're too young to be married.
No, it's like, no, here's the thing, Joshua Sizemore. There's 3 reasons why I like Bailey. 1 is that she is a hugger. 2, I think she does a lot of good in-ring work. And 3, she looks like the type of chick that would be into some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying, though. Dink was La Piratita. Randy Savage had some of the best promos ever. I do agree to that, but I think some of the best promos actually, I would say The Rock has the best promos. Another good one that I really thought were interesting and entertaining was The Ultimate Warrior. Like, you could not understand what the fuck that guy was saying.
What's a tissue? A tissue.
The only thing that I don't like about Alexa Bliss is how hard she's trying to pretend to be fucking Harley Quinn. Like, that's the only thing that really bothers me about Alexa Bliss. Scott Steiner's promos are up there with the fucking Ultimate Warriors. Redheaded stepchild, Mrs. Jean Mean. No, Scott Steiner does fucking... Like, he seriously, like, Scott Steiner, I swear to God, did roids and chased them with protein drinks. Oh, that's dope, dude. The locals burned down Mean Gene's Burger Shack. Whatever the hell it was called. Was it, like, that's just a guess on the name. It would be funny if it actually was Mean Gene's Burger Shack. Huh. Looks like Katie's home. I'm actually very surprised that Mean Gene Okerlund is still alive. I will be honest with you.
What about Goldberg?
Goldberg's still alive.
I know, I love him.
Goldberg fell back into retirement, I think.
What about Big B and Hey, Daddy.
What?
Should I just grab my dance stuff and are we gonna head out?
Yes. Although I think if Katie's here, then I think Connor can stay.
Yeah, that's what we do every time. If Katie's home, one of us has to stay.
Which is...
Connor or me.
Well, no.
Every Monday I have to stay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But...
Why do I always look away from a camera?
Because the camera's actually right here.
Whoa.
Yeah. Stop playing with that.
Hello, peoples.
I said stop playing with that. They didn't burn the liquor store, though. They burnt the whole town, the post office, the bar, the restaurant, the gas station, even the casino. I was like, damn, they went full retard.
Why did they burn the town? Hi, guys. YouTuber star.
They're talking about you.
Hey, look. Thank you. They like my glasses. Hey, guys.
Has anyone seen Goldberg's muscle car collection? He's got good taste. His Hemi GTX is amazing.
Hi, guys. This is my t-shirt. I'm a YouTuber star.
You are now.
Am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be a YouTuber. I know. We are the two-headed person.
Is one of them sick?
I am.
Well, you got a cold?
Yes. He does.
He does?
And sometimes he would go outside without a coat, and we would keep on telling him that he would catch pneumonia.
Yeah, that's not a good idea, dude. If you're sick, you need to wear a coat. Actually, you need to wear a coat anyway because it is cold.
I think I think this recess at school he didn't wear a coat.
Ah.
And we kept on telling him. My friend Eleanor told me that her sister had pneumonia and she had a 99% chance of dying. Somebody fixes my cold. I don't know why.
I'm not going to subject my children to that popcorn. No, bad popcorn.
I like popcorn. It's yummy.
No, his name is Burnt Popcorn Productions, so we just call him Popcorn.
Can I eat popcorn though?
No, that was so good.
I
was wrong.
No, I meant the food. Guys, look at this. I'm gonna go grab my dance bag.
Go ahead.
Come on, Connor.
You get inside.
Wear your coats too. I'll be right back, everybody.
Yeah, I keep on forgetting that, dude. Like I'm barely around, so.
Yeah.
All right, grab your stuff and go inside,
also
Connor.
grab a piece of candy from my Halloween bag?
Yes, one piece right now.
1 piece. How much can I have right now?
You can have 1 piece.
Okay, princess. I got the food.
Feel good. That's the guy I told you to avoid.
Yeah. So he can fix my cold. Now that's also. I need to put my.
No, that's just not right.
Yeah.
Hold up.
What's he doing?
What? Do you now? Stop hitting the door. No, that's not funny.
I know.
All right. I think I might have to cut this short in a minute.
I missed the script. Well, don't forget this pinky. What?
Burnt Popcorn Productions shall now be known as Popcorn Fart.
Mine. Daddy, I found a kitty cat.
Don't worry about the cat.
Cat. I always worry about kitty cats because I love kitty cats.
I know you do, but you don't have to worry about that.
Kitty cat.
Farts. Stop. Calm down. You're out of control.
Another Phil.
Well, why are you shouting?
Stop.
Alright, let's see. Lame ass mail. What? Wow, that's interesting. Nope. Alright, I think I'm gonna cut this off.
I made a line that Spitfire cannot pass.
Let's see, who is Fuego Flames is a member of the Spanish side riders. That rap group from the Bronx, New York. You know, Misery. It's his cousin.
Wait.
Katie not here?
Oh, I know why. I meant Candy or
All right, so I'm getting out of here. Thank you, everybody out there, for watching and all of that. So, yeah, anybody that's new, you know, like, comment, rate, subscribe. Hit the little bell so that way you're notified of whenever I'm going to be on here, because you never know when I'm going to be showing up. And,
I think Katie's still
hold up.
Bye. Hey.
Yo.
Yuck. Hi.
No, we're getting
Bye.
out. Yep. Getting out of this. All right. So, and also, sad and crazy, they burn their own property. So, okay. So, the final thing that I'm saying to y'all is check out my gaming channel. There's a link in the description for that, too. So, yeah, try to get that because I'm actually going to be on there a lot more than I'm going to be on this channel, most likely. Trying to build a catalog on that motherfucker. So, all right. Peace out, y'all. Deuces.